G'day and welcome to Bradley's Bakehouse, where today we're not going to be baking a thing because we are making pickles. I got really into making pickles, probably about a year ago, and I have been looking forward to this episode for ages. This was one of the first ones that I wanted to do when I wanted to film a second season of this. There is a few things that we need, hence this boy being out here. So let's crack on, because this is like spend 5 minutes doing a ton of prep work, and then you just do nothing for like a really long time. It's awesome. Here we go. Okay, so we've got a bunch of shit here. The first thing to get out of the way is the equipment. When we get these pickles into the jars and all set up and stuff, we are going to, I guess, sous vide them for about 2 or so hours. To do that, you need something that can hold water at a specific temperature for like a really long period of time. I have an Instant Pot that has a sous vide mode, so I can comfortably keep water at 60 degrees for like indefinitely. You could boil them and do the same thing. However, this is not the tutorial to watch if you want to do that. By all means, you can use the recipes and you can use a different method. This is how I'm doing it because I think you get really good results, and this is the best way I have found to completely ruin store-bought pickles for you. So that's what I'm gonna do today. The other thing that you need is you need some like pretty high quality mason or canning jars. I'm using Kilner ones here. They don't give me any money. I just like them, so I keep buying them. Onto the ingredients. We're gonna be making 3 different flavors of pickle today, but all 3 of them are gonna have quite a lot in common. So they're all gonna be cucumbers. We're just pickling cucumbers today. And then in each of them, there's gonna be some fresh rosemary, some fresh dill, some fresh garlic that we're gonna crack. We've got some black peppercorns, mustard seeds, whole cloves, and bay leaves, right? They are gonna be consistent amongst all 3 batches of pickles. And then we're gonna give each batch its own individual signature ingredient. So for one, I like to call these the Dante or the Dante, because, you know, heat. We've got some bird's eye chilies just here. They're gonna get cracked, they're gonna release a little bit of the capsicum in them, and they're gonna deliver like a little bit of spice. We're gonna do some lemon in one. I like to call that the lemon head, just a little bit of like a soury sort of vibe. And in the third, we've got some lovely, beautiful Szechuan peppercorn here, which is gonna give that kind of like numbing, marlery sort of vibe. I call that one Marla Madness. It's a very clever name, thank you. In all 3 of them again, we're gonna need to make a brine. We're gonna use the same brine for all 3. The exact measurements for all of this you can find down in the description below, but it's equal parts water and vinegar, and then it's just got some sugar and salt in it. It's more like a sweet sort of salty brine. It's pretty universally delicious, trust me. So the first thing that we're gonna do is make our brine so the sugar and the salt have time to dissolve. So this is equal parts white vinegar and like filtered water. Now I'm just using this filter jug. I haven't had any problems. So for the sake of making these 3, I'm gonna go 500 of vinegar and 500 of water. So it's gonna be about a liter of brine. Give that a wee stir and set that aside for later. Now we're gonna load up our 3 mason jars with all of our ingredients. This is a really satisfying bit. I like this bit. So into one, it's gonna go our Szechuan peppercorns, just straight in there like that. Into another, our bird's eye chilies. I'm gonna give these a very light little bash, just to get some of the juices out of them and going into the pickles themselves. Into the last one, our 3 wedges of lemon, and a bit of a squeeze of the juice, just to really hammer the sourness home. Get that in there like that. There we go. Now, like I said before, there are a few ingredients that are gonna make it into all 3 of these jars. The first of which is garlic, just a couple cloves each. Just give her a light bash to get the skin off. Throw it in there. Just release all that good garlickiness. It's pretty difficult to like over flavor these pickles. I've put some pretty weird shit in here. I've left stuff out, I've added extra stuff. It's pretty difficult to over flavor them. And then our fresh dill. Each one's gonna get one. That's nothing but stem, that's coming off. And our fresh rosemary too. Nice little sprigs. Already smells really good. Bay leaves, a couple in each. You can tell me what they taste like. You get a bonus. Let me know what you think bay leaves taste like in the comments. Whole cloves, go gentle with these ones, just because I'm scared of cloves. Ever since I had this ham once and I got a bit into a clove when I was a kid, I've been scared of cloves. Whole peppercorns. It might look like I'm not measuring this, and I'm not, but don't worry too much about it. Don't worry too much about it. Like I said, it's pretty difficult to like over flavor these. The brine's going to impart a lot of the flavor anyway. And lastly, our mustard seeds. Don't skimp on the mustard seeds. The flavor of mustard seed is really important to pickles, in my opinion. I don't think it can be like overstated how important like the mustardy sort of flavor is in a good jar of like fancy pickles. We're making fancy pickles. Then comes the question of what do we want to do with our cucumbers? Do we want to keep them whole? Do we want to slice them? How do we want to slice them? I'm going to do a couple different ways here. So in the lemon head, I'm just going to put them in whole. I'm just going to shove them in there and I'm just going to get some nice whole soury sort of pickles. I'm grabbing the smaller ones so I can fit more of them in there. I would recommend that, especially if you buy, you can get a whole bunch of these things for pretty cheap if you go to like the right market and stuff. Cool, there's one. This here is a Japanese mandolin. This is excellent for this task. If you want to slice them really thin, you can slice them on this sort of bias like this. You can sort of vary their thickness too. One more for good measure. Sweet. I'm gonna put these ones into the Szechuan peppercorn, the Mala Madness. They are going to go in there. The reason I like cutting them like that is because you can really stuff them in. You can really cram a lot of cucumber in there. This is also a great thing to do with carrots. Pickle carrots, pickle beetroot, pickle radishes. Radishes make a great pickle. And then lastly, there's sort of like a pickle chip way, you know, like a little round, just fucking throwing them all over the place apparently. But it's also hard to hold a guard like this. So don't cut your fucking finger. If you cut your finger off, don't fucking sue me, okay? And these are gonna be the Dante, the hot ones. And all that's left here is to pour our brine over them, seal them up, and get them in the sous vide. I made what I would say is an unreasonable amount of brine, actually. Oh yeah, what are you gonna do? Use it to clean your drains. Screw those lids on, give them sort of a good shake up. Make sure the lid's on there, nice and watertight. Don't crank it till you break something. And these are ready now to go straight into our sous vide. So just to recap really quickly, same brine for all three, same fresh herb. The only difference is our little pickle chips, they've got bird's eye chilies in them. This is the Dante, the spicy one. Into the hot bath it goes. The second one, it's got the Szechuan peppercorns in there beside it. And our last one, the lemon head, has got the whole cucumbers in it. I just got splashed by something, so that's not watertight. Hang on. False alarm, let's rumble. Here we go. All three are in there. Those three are submerged. So these three are gonna sit in here for probably about 2.5 hours. Then we gotta pull them out, dry them off, let them come down to room temperature, and then fridge them overnight. And we'll have some of the most delectable fucking pickles this side of the Southern Hemisphere. Why did I do a voice? I don't know, whatever. I'm making pickles. And just like that, it's been 2.5 hours. These pickles are ready to come out. That is 60-degree water. That was really hot. In for a penny, in for a pound, I suppose. Cool. Get these boys out there. That was really hot. Dry these guys off. It's one of my favorite things is like where the colors kind of like blend together and stuff. The beautiful like red of the chilies, the green of the cucumbers, you see all the herbs and stuff floating around. Okay, so unfortunately we can't tuck into these quite yet. These are gonna come down to room temperature and then they're gonna go in the fridge overnight. After they've spent a night chilling out and letting the flavors develop and stuff like that, they'll be ready to go, and I guarantee you, these are gonna be some of the best pickles you've ever eaten. I wasn't joking about them ruining store-bought pickles for you. These will be incredible. Hello and welcome to the next day. Our pickles have been chilling overnight. We're gonna do the fun bit now. We're gonna get them out, we're gonna open them up, and we're gonna see how they taste. Beautiful. I love the colors that you get in homemade pickles. I love when you put stuff like bright red chilies in there or bright yellow lemon or something like that. I love the colors that you can get from them. Let's give them a taste, hey? That's gonna mute my palate because it's got Szechuan pepper in it. So let's go with the lemon head first. Let's do the sour one. Beautiful, like really like light sourness that really, it brings out like the herbs and stuff. Like you can really taste the dill, you can really taste the rosemary. It's a beautiful little just like snacking pickle, that one. That's why I tend to leave those ones whole. Let's try the Dante next, the spicy one. Whew! Yep, I definitely put 3 bird's eye chilies in that. It's like a nice little hint of spice. But as you keep that in the fridge, that spice is gonna get more and more intense. So like you eat it now, it might not be that spicy. Like it's a little bit, like don't get me wrong, you can tell there's 3 chilies in there. But you give that another week, that's gonna be way spicier. And then lastly, if I'm super honest, my favorite, the Marla Madness, the one with the Szechuan peppercorns. Oh my God, bless my heart. That's my favorite pickle. It's a really beautiful thing when like your favorite, like long life perishable thing, when you can make the favorite version of it, like you don't have to go to some weird obscure store, when you can straight up just make your favorite version of a pickle or something like that. It's like being able to make your own favorite sauce or something. Like the world's your oyster until you get sick of it. And then you wait 6 months and then you make another batch and then you fucking start all over again. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something from this. Making your own pickles is a really, really fun exercise. There's plenty of methods that you can do this if you don't have a sous vide. Subscribe if that's a thing that you feel like doing. We've got some really cool stuff coming over the horizon. This was my first little soiree away from strictly baking something, and I had a lot of fun.